These 6 amateur cooks all dream of becoming a top chef, but only one will get through to Thursday's quarter-final.
Which one of these is going to stand out amongst the crowd and say, this is what I cook and I love it?
You have to show culinary skill right from the very start.
Welcome to MasterChef. At this point, you have to be able to prove to us that you have some skill, because at the end of this, 3 of you are going home. Let's cook.
The contestants have 50 minutes to invent a dish and cook it from any of today's ingredients, which include rabbit, sausage meat, vine tomatoes, celery, carrots, potatoes, prunes, and a selection of herbs. 47-year-old Nancy wants to share her love of food with a wider audience.
I enjoy writing about food. I like showing people how to cook. I really enjoy that element of it, and I love feeding people.
Nancy, how good a cook are you?
I think I'm more than competent.
Good, OK.
I just love food, love ingredients, the history of food, how something went from one country, ended up on another continent.
Is that what you like?
Yeah,
that's what I like as well.
Do you?
How you doing, Tony?
Struggling a wee bit, but I think I've got in my head now where I'm actually going with this, so I'm confident now.
How much cooking do you do?
It is really just for my partner and my boys.
And are you going to win this competition?
Yeah.
Family cook Tony would love to take cooking to a professional level.
Transferring a hobby into a career, and that is just my ultimate goal.
If I get something that I'm not familiar with and don't know what to do with it, that's been the recurring nightmare since I heard I was coming on Masterchef.
Stuart, do you think these are a difficult set of ingredients?
They're an unfamiliar set of ingredients and they're pushing me right out of a comfort zone.
IT trainer Jonathan is looking to reboot his career.
How much do you want this competition, Jonathan?
Badly. I think I really need a change. IT is not as glamorous as they say.
Just how much do you love cooking?
That's all I do in my spare time. Yeah, it's my life. Yeah, I love cooking. I think my ultimate dream is to win MasterChef and then go on and work in a top London restaurant, working with some of the new British chefs that I consider to be, you know, the top in their game.
You've got 25 minutes left.
G'day, Joe. What are you going to cook?
I'm going to do sort of a twist on bangers and mash, so I'm going to make a variation on a sausage with sausage meat.
What's a variation on the sausage?
They probably won't be sausage shaped, they'll probably be more like little patties.
If you do make patty and mash, it's going to have to be an exceptionally good one.
I think it will be, and I think you'll love the mash. I want to go into cooking, that's it. I want my obsession to actually become my whole life.
Mother of 2 Jennifer is passionate about cooking good food for all ages.
I think it's quite nice to make food that's actually for the whole family and let children experience lots of different tastes.
Do you have fantasies about a professional life in food?
Well, I'd really love to own a little sort of deli bistro sort of place where people go and enjoy food with their families.
2 minutes, guys, that's it. Play up now. That's it. Time's up. Well done. Well done.
Aspiring food writer Nancy has made braised rabbit with potatoes and vegetables in a creamy mustard sauce.
I think you've done very, very well indeed. They are well seasoned, your vegetables, and your rabbit is still nice and moist. I reckon you might be a lady who knows her way around a saucepan.
Thank you.
Can't taste the mustard. I think you need to give it a bit more of a whack of mustard in there. But time you had, the ingredients you got, Nancy, that's great.
Oh, thank you very much.
family cook Tony has made pan-fried rabbit with a cream sauce and vegetables.
Your rabbit's cooked well. My issue is that nothing is seasoned. The cream sauce is just creamy rather than being lovely and rich and reduced down, and the potatoes don't even have any salt on them.
It's a shame because your rabbit's cooked really well, but there is a lack of flavour in there.
IT trainer Jonathan is hoping to impress with pan-fried rabbit, roasted carrots and dauphinoise potatoes.
It doesn't look complete. Maybe if you'd have turned the dauphinoise out and spread it over the plate a little bit more. Or it's crying out for a sauce. Lots of garlic going through your dauphinoise, which is nice. Your rabbit is cooked very well. I'm not picking up any time from the carrot because of the amount of garlic.
I've got to say, with the time that you had, that's a very good dauphinoise. And I didn't expect it to come out like that. I love the carrots. There should be lots more of them. Jonathan, can you cook better than this?
But I'm fairly happy with the plate, I think. But I can do a lot better than this.
Inventive cook Joe has come up with a unique take on sausage and mash with caramelised onion gravy.
I think that's caramelised a little bit too much, maybe.
Wow. I've never had to carve gravy before. I really like those little rissoles. I do, I really like them. They're flavoursome, lots of onion, lots of herbs inside. Your mashed potato needs more seasoning, more salt, definitely. And your carvable gravy is just a little bit too sweet.
I don't know how to balance up, in my mind, the cook that can make such good patties, such good mashed potato, but can't make an onion gravy.
After an indecisive start, Stuart opted for rabbit with sautéed spinach, dauphinoise potatoes and a tomato compote.
The dish has got woody herbs of sage and thyme. It's got cream and dauphinoise. I don't think that benefits from sweetness of tomato.
The flavour of the spinach and tomato together actually is quite nice. And then we get hit by that milky, creamy potato, which then takes it all away. And then you've got sage lapping on your tongue like nothing on earth.
Mother of two Jennifer's hopes rest on her rabbit with prune sauce, carrot puree and sautéed potatoes.
I like the sweet prune jam with your rabbit, and I actually like the carrot with the rabbit and the prune jam. The difficulty is it's completely out of proportion. Huge amount of potatoes and the carrot puree, which is going to disappear in about a mouthful and a half.
There is heavy garlic running through something. I like the tang of the sweet prune. It's all very nicely cooked and they're very nice flavours.
3 of you are staying, 3 of you are going home.
Off you go. Thank you. You and I both love Nancy a lot.
Not only did she actually roast and then braise that rabbit, but it was well presented, and I think it was a lovely tasting dish. Good start, really good start.
Well done, Nancy. You've got your ticket for the next round. I'm not very impressed with Jo. I like the patties. I liked her mashed potato, but she made a lump out of gravy.
The idea of frying off some onions and putting huge amounts of sugar in is only going to do one thing, and that's going to make onion toffee. I reckon we say goodbye to Jo.
All right, we'll say goodbye to Jo. Well, Jonathan, I don't know either, because there was another one who cooked nice rabbit.
I thought his dauphinoise actually was really tasty. Really tasty. Actually, I quite like Jonathan. I like his confidence. I think we should give Jonathan a go.
I'm hoping that I've done enough to get through to the next round. I think the things that I put on the plate were well cooked. I think the flavours went well together.
Look, let's put Jonathan in.
Can I maybe put forward Stuart?
What, for going?
Yeah. The amount of herbs he used in there were just so strong, it was always going to really overpower it.
A sweet tomato sauce is never going to, ever in a million years go with a creamy dauphinoise.
Just didn't work.
No, all right, let's get rid of Stuart. And this means we have to decide between Tony and Jennifer.
Jennifer had this plate, which was completely out of proportion.
Proportions were wrong, but that doesn't stop everything on that plate being very nicely cooked. Prune and rabbit is an absolute classic. She's the only one in the room who put them together.
And I can work on the quantities of different things, but really it's about flavours together, and I think I achieved that.
Tony was interesting because actually his food looked good. And I thought, wow, this is going to be really tasty. And actually it wasn't. Even the potatoes, there wasn't even a bit of salt on them.
Neither of them are fault-free. One of them, I think, really does know how to cook.
Three of you are staying and 3 of you are going.
Nancy, we loved your food. You're staying with us.
Thank you.
Stuart and Joe, I'm sorry you guys are leaving us. Jonathan, you're staying with us, Jonathan. Jennifer or Tony? I'm terribly sorry, Tony. You're leaving us. Well done, Jennifer.
Congratulations. Well done.
It's given me a boost, it's given me some more confidence in what I'm doing, and I'm looking forward to the next stage now.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic to be able to go a lot further.
Really, really glad I got through, so feeling good, yeah.
We've got our 3 and tomorrow they're going to taste their first professional kitchen. Are they going to love that taste or is it going to be bittersweet?
For many, this could be very, very tough indeed.
It's day 2, and the contestants arrive at Delfina, a restaurant serving modern European food on London's trendy South Bank. Today, head chef Richard Simpson will be monitoring each and every dish.
If it's not correct, then it'll be sent back and you'll have to do it again.
As the clock strikes 12, the first diners arrive.
1 duck, 2 lamb. Yes, chef. All right.
Jonathan gets stuck into his honey-glazed duck breast with pomme fondant.
Another 2, which is on. And you've got another 1.
Another one, so the one goes on now as well?
Yeah.
Cool.
Another 3 ducks on order, yeah?
Yes, chef.
But he's struggling to find his feet.
It's really hot in here, so just trying to find where everything is and trying to get it all together. Try not to upset anyone.
And his lack of attention to detail upsets Chef.
You need to cut all the way through, yeah?
Grab that back off.
Yes, please. Jonathan, let's go, let's go.
Sorry, dude.
That's it, yeah.
Thanks, chef.
OK, Samaj, you've got to check on. 1 coley, 2 lamb.
Meanwhile, Nancy is straight in at the deep end. She's got 4 orders for her char-grilled leg of lamb with potato chips, roasted cherry tomatoes and jus. But there's been a miscalculation.
That one's in there, and there's 2 on the side there, chef.
1. You need 3 on the side. Got another one.
No, I haven't, chef.
She's 1 dish short.
OK, chef, thank you.
Get it on.
It's exactly what I thought it would be in terms of pressure. It's very high speed, everything comes in at once, as it always will do.
Samaj, 1 coley, 1 duck.
Jennifer is cooking pan-fried coley with mustard mash, and she needs to be careful not to overcook the fish.
I really need to start plating out this coley, please. Get your 2 plates out. That's it.
But it's not the cooking she's finding difficult to master.
Okay. Just get 1 scoop of mash. You don't have to play around with it, yeah? 2 hands when you're serving, please. Try and get the mash central, you know, try and get it a nice... They don't need to be uniform.
Oh, right, OK.
It's not the 80s, is it?
With lunch service in full swing, all 3 are inundated with orders.
Samaj, 3 ravioli, followed by 1 duck, 2 lamb.
Yes, chef.
Jonathan is mastering his duck dish.
It's fairly fast, fairly pressurised there. I think coping all right at the moment, so fingers crossed.
Jonathan, 2 duck, yeah?
Yes, chef.
Straight away. That's it. Nice.
Cool.
Nancy, however, is still behind after her earlier hiccup.
I need 2 lamb and 1 duck.
Yes,
so
chef.
as soon as these plates are gone, I need you plating up the next one, please.
Yes, chef.
OK, we really need to go with this lamb now. The duck is already up. Now, please, push, push, push.
But in the rush to get her dishes out, they go without 2 vital components, the gravy and the tomatoes.
Just run up with it. OK, here we go. Right, finish this lamb. Same as that one. Don't forget the tomatoes. Well done on the sauce there. It's a nice consistency.
Thank you, Chef.
Just a bit more organisation, a bit more forward thinking in what she needs to get done to have it ready on time will probably help her a bit, I think.
On the other side of the kitchen, Jennifer is also struggling with the pace.
I need 2 coli straight away, please.
And under the relentless pressure, she misunderstands the order.
Jennifer, you realise that's a new coli, a new order?
I thought you meant you wanted it plated up.
No. So we need to get a new coli on, yeah?
Yeah,
Everything.
no worries.
Just in time, Jennifer plates up a perfectly presented dish.
That's it. Perfect.
So after a hectic lunchtime service, how have the 3 amateurs got on?
Jennifer was very quiet. She was just maybe a bit slower in her cooking, and definitely her plating up was very sloppy to begin with.
I think I'd probably like to be at the designing the menus side and maybe at the cooler plating up area.
Nancy got on really well. Had a little bit of trouble to begin with, but through progression of service, she really gained confidence.
It was very, very fast-paced, but it's just a case of being organised, remember what you had where and the timings on everything, so I enjoyed it.
Jonathan was the strongest in service, definitely. His whole energy coming up to service really improved greatly, and he really cared about what he was putting on the plate.
Absolutely loved how busy, hectic, fast-paced, adrenaline going. The time just flew by, and yeah, really enjoyed it, and I'd love to do it, yeah.
Welcome back. You've now had your first taste of a professional kitchen. Right now, though, we expect great, great things.
You get through this, you are a quarter-finalist.
Let's cook.
Yesterday, Nancy impressed with her rabbit leg and vegetables in a mustard sauce. But will today's dishes be enough to get her to the quarter-final?
Nancy, rarely do we see in this competition somebody with such a huge smile. You seem to be absolutely loving it.
I am, very much so, thank you.
OK, Nancy, 2 courses, your 2 courses. What are you going to cook for us?
Tenderloin of pork, which is going to be served on some puy lentils. And then for the dessert, it's going to be a chocolate pot with some raspberries.
What is special about these dishes?
The amount of care, I think, that I'm trying to put into things. The lentils aren't just boiled off, they're in a vegetable broth. So just care, really, in detail.
You still want this Masterchef competition?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
We've seen when she does braising, she does very, very well. Then little chocolate pots with raspberries. I tell you what, that sounds very, very good indeed.
Jonathan's passion shone through in the pro kitchen. Can he now impress again with his own 2 courses?
Tell us what your dishes are, Jonathan.
And today I'm going to do a salmon fish cake to start, and then for the main I'm roasting a leg of lamb with some potato crisps and roasted baby carrots.
Do you know what I'm really, really pleased about?
Yep.
That you've been game enough to get a big hunk of meat and just roast it. That's brilliant.
Is this classic British cooking? And if so, is that the sort of cook you are?
With the lamb, they may be quite traditional ingredients, but I think with the way I'm cooking it, hopefully that's going to be modern, and I think it'll look attractive and modern.
So if we had to hang a name on you as a cook, it would be modern British, wouldn't it?
Yes.
That's honest, big, gutsy food, and I quite like it.
Jennifer scraped through the invention test and struggled in the pro kitchen. She now needs a perfect round to stand a chance of winning.
All right, tell us what your dishes are.
Carpaccio with grabiche and rapeseed oil, and then smoked haddock fish cakes with 3 types of pea.
What would you say to someone who unkindly suggested that with skill was far too simple for a MasterChef quarter-finalist?
Well, maybe, but I wanted to keep it simple and keep flavours that go well together.
Are they going to make you our quarter-finalist?
I hope so.
I quite like the idea of it. But every aspect of those 2 very simple dishes has to be absolutely perfect.
You have only 1 minute.
That's it, guys. Time's up.
Aspiring food writer Nancy has made stuffed pork loin with lentils and baked cherry tomatoes, followed by a chocolate and raspberry pot with cream.
I was concerned that it would be too dry. It's absolutely beautifully moist. You've got lovely pork flavours and you have got nice flavours inside your lentils.
Bags of herbs in there. The tomato's a bit strange, but I'll forgive it. Because I think everything else actually is so well done.
Thank you.
Finish with the pork. We're going to bring in the chocolate pot. I like the flavours. The cocoa-rich chocolate, and I like the sweetness and sharpness of raspberry that matches it. I believe that pudding needs more body. It's very, very soft.
And I quite like the texture of the cooked outside. If I had to eat the whole lot, I wouldn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed that one mouthful.
Yeah.
You love cooking, that is so obvious. And that could take you far. Do you want to go far?
Definitely. I definitely do.
Jonathan is banking on salmon fish cakes with watercress salad, followed by roast leg of lamb with potato crisps, carrots and broad beans.
I love all those flavours of the dill, the rich salmon, the potato, the spicy horseradish cream and the peppery watercress together. I think it's very, very tasty.
Thank you.
I love the flavour of the salmon coming through. The potatoes are soft. I love the use of the dill. I think you could have some more horseradish in your cream.
Okay.
To our main course. You cooked a whole leg of lamb. You've given me 2 slices. I feel like I'm standing in a sweetie shop and all you're giving me is a wrapper to suck on. Where's the lamb, mate? You could be a big cook, you said you were. You've got distinctive flavours, beautiful lamb, lovely and rich, well seasoned, crispy on the outside. I'm really disappointed actually because I was really looking forward to that gutsy lamb, red wine sauce and broad beans and carrots.
You got perfectly cooked, soft, sweet lamb, really nicely seasoned potatoes, sweetness of carrot. It needs a sauce.
Yep.
It's a shame because you cook so well.
How do you fare your chances now, John?
The other guys are really, very high standard as well. Hopefully I've shown you enough.
Jennifer's made beef carpaccio with a mustard, caper and parsley grabiche sauce and smoked haddock fish cake with 3 types of pea.
I met you and expected somebody who was going to be quite a, I suppose, robust cook. And what I do is look down now at these plates and realise that actually what you do is dainty, refined, and I think beautifully presented.
Thank you.
The carpaccio hasn't got an enormous amount of flavour. You're making up for it with a scented oil and there's a bit of pepper in there as well. It takes guts to come in and do something like that. And it's a lovely looking dish.
Thank you.
There's that hint of sort of ironness and richness that goes with the beef, and then you've got the flavour of the grabiche, which is quite mellow.
Let's bring in your fish cakes. Yeah, it feels creamy in your mouth, yet it's still strong with fish. And the sweetness of pea as a counterbalance, yeah, that's really nice, Jennifer.
Thanks.
Well-cooked sweet peas. I love the zing of that mayonnaise sitting with that fish, so it now becomes quite creamy, and that's where the sauce is coming from. And if you're talking about feeding kids, and kids will eat that, then, you've won a huge battle.
We have to make a decision. Off you go. Thank you. We have to choose one of these to become a quarter-finalist.
The most endearing factor with Jonathan has to be his passion, his heart. Jonathan was the star in the Pro Kitchen today, worked really hard.
I think the guy's got promise, but I think he's up against 2 strong well-practiced cooks.
Hopefully they can see potential in me and see that I really want it and see that I've got the skill to go further.
I thought his fish cake was quite nice, but the presentation of his main dish was bordering on the bizarre.
This beautiful leg of lamb going into an oven, and we end up with 2 slices on a plate. Where's the rest of the lamb? And then all these bits strewn around the outside. No sauce, nothing to bring it together.
I'm wondering whether we should dismiss Jonathan and just debate these 2 girls.
I think Jonathan goes. What I think is extraordinary about Jennifer, she has her own style. She knows it has to be minimalist, she knows it has to be elegant, but at the same time it has to deliver on flavour in every single way.
The flavours of that main course knocks me sideways.
Mayonnaise inside those fish cakes, there's a bit of a zing, the couple of capers running through it, so it becomes very flavoursome. I feel invigorated by her food today.
I think John and Greg put in their heads that I was a country kitchen farmhouse girl, and whilst I live in the country, I'm not that. And I like modern cooking. I like things to look good.
Nancy's a nice cook.
Nancy's a lovely cook because she's doing things that people aren't normally doing. The idea of big braised lentils.
That pork was really tender, wrapped in the ham with the pumpkin seeds and the pine nuts inside. You know, very rarely do you get that sort of big style of cooking and still have elegant plates of food. Nancy does that.
I'm hoping that I've accomplished showing them that I can work with flavours, that I can work with textures, as well as the presentation, I would say.
Tough decision, this. Who's it going to be?
And our winner is Jennifer. Well done.
I'm feeling, obviously, a little bit disappointed because you don't go forward for something like this to be knocked out.
A little bit gutted. A couple of mistakes today really let me down, but I'll definitely go out, keep cooking and keep learning, and because I really enjoy it.
I'm feeling excited and also a bit more confident about the rest of the competition. My 3-course meal's now running through my head and I'm thinking, what the hell am I going to do? This gives me the sort of opening to say, well, I can change part of my life. Maybe forever.
Jennifer will be back for Thursday's quarter-final, where she'll face 3 other exceptional cooks.
Our financial lifeblood in the hands of bankers. Make sense of it all with a brand new series, part of BBC Two's City season. Evan Davis lifts the lid on the turbulent money markets with the city uncovered next. And don't forget, it's an hour-long Masterchef tomorrow, and it all starts at 8. This is the story of 3 real princes.
I like Princess Diana.
I admired the courage of Elton John.
I think British girls are one of the best people you could ever meet.
Who gave up everything to find true love in a faraway land.
I want people to love me and not my money.
And so, hiding their titles, they'd live, work and date like normal people.
She's a loosen up a bit. She said stop looking at her boobs.
I'm not here. No, I'm not. Would you like to date with me?
No, I'm quite busy.
She just stole my heart.
The Undercover Princes, tomorrow at 10:30 on BBC 3 TV and online. A witty, revealing, brand new series now, part of BBC Two's City season. A calm, clear voice in the midst of financial turmoil, Evan Davis is your guide to the city uncovered.
Here's a story to cheer up every bruised banker.
T-minus 20 seconds.
Every humbled master of the universe in these troubled times.
12, 11.
It's December 1998, and NASA is sending a spaceship to Mars.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition and we have liftoff.
The world's finest rocket scientists have been toiling for years on the design of their Mars Climate Orbiter. Now, after a textbook launch, it's farewell Earth.
And we have jettison of the solids.
The journey to Mars takes 9 months, but then something extraordinary happens. Instead of slowing down, the spacecraft hurtles around the planet and vanishes. Why? Well, the engineers navigating the spaceship had been using imperial measures. Mission Control had thought they were using metric.
It was though one lot were talking about miles, the other lot thought they were talking about kilometres.
Alas, that meant $125 million worth of spaceship disappeared. Rather like the hundreds of billion dollars that have disappeared from the banking system.
It's a useful parable. Incredibly talented people, fantastically well educated, who make an error, a series of errors that seem to defy explanation.
It shouldn't be surprising, perhaps, that the cleverest people on Wall Street are popularly referred to as rocket scientists. It can all seem terribly complicated, but in this series, I'm going to uncover the truth about how the world's financial system should work, from Wall Street to the City of London, and I'll explore